We also have reverse exchanges, and whereas a forward is selling your relinquished property first and buying the replacement property second, the reverse is the opposite. In a reverse exchange, we can buy replacement property first and then sell the relinquished property. In a different section, we will explain in more detail a reverse exchange. It's much more complex than it just sounds by buying it first and selling second. But as far as types of exchanges, we also have what we call an improvement exchange or even a build-to-suit exchange. So in an improvement exchange, you can sell relinquished property, you could buy replacement property, and with the proceeds from the relinquished property, we can acquire replacement property and actually make improvements to it within the exchange period. A build-to-suit exchange is basically the same thing as an improvement exchange, but you're going to perhaps buy land and build the entire property with your proceeds from the relinquished property. Again, we'll get into a little more details on that, as it's another kind of complex type of exchange as opposed to the forward exchange. We also have a foreign exchange, and a foreign exchange, and should have mentioned this earlier with the rules, some of the basic rules in the 1031. When it comes to like-kind property, any property held for productive use in a business or trade that's in the 50 United States or territories is like-kind to any other property in the 50 states and territories. The foreign exchange is if a taxpayer, let's say you have a dual citizen, so you have a U.S. taxpayer who also is a citizen of the Netherlands. If they own property in Amsterdam and they want to sell that property, the U.S. is still going to take their piece of the pie, so they might want to do a 1031 exchange, but they cannot acquire property in the U.S. as replacement property. In a foreign exchange, you can only go from foreign to foreign. So they could sell in Amsterdam, they could buy something else in Amsterdam, or they could buy in Australia or New Zealand or Russia, anywhere, any other country that's not the United States. So you can go from foreign to foreign, you got to go U.S. to U.S. All right, so let's talk about forward exchanges in a little more detail. So again, that's the most typical type of exchange. You're going to sell relinquished property first, buy replacement property second.